So maybe you've got a job where, you do hit your targets every day, but you don't see the point in it. It seems like it's just this worthless endeavor that you're engaging with all the time. They can be quite simple, but then what happens if you do have a job where actually, okay, well, I'm making loads of money. Maybe I'm achieving left, right, and center, but I'm still finding that over time, I'm just finding that I'm not able to take it anymore. And this is where we got to factor in the idea that not all of your goals are easily extrapolated from the kind of job title that you have or from the work that you do. So you might have a job to make loads of money, but that probably isn't the end goal. Like, what are you going to do once you're rich? Are you just going to sit and look at your bank account and see how much money you got? Probably the reason you want to make loads of money is so that you can go and do fun things and experiences, or you've got more to save up for your family for university or something like that. And this is where it can actually be really useful to understand what your kind of base core life expectancies are, like the things that you actually want to get from life are really important to understand here, because your brain might be reacting to your core being unsatisfied, even though the kind of more surface level goals and tasks that you've set yourself are being met. So from that financial example, if your goal is to make loads of money so that you can go and have amazing experiences, well, number one, are you only making the money by working tons of overtime? So if you don't actually have the time to go and experience all the things, or you only get it like once a year, but that's what your mind is focused on. It's not focused on the money, it's focused on the enjoyment. And one whole year to get one vacation where you kind of live it up a little bit isn't satisfying your brain, then the burnout process is still going to happen, because your brain isn't kind of fooled by the superficial aspects of what you think you want. It's like, okay, well, if I'm making more money, then that's good. The brain's going, okay, cool. Well, we're not feeling this sense of contentment or happiness, because what you actually want is to have your needs met in a more fundamental way, which is, to actually be able to appreciate and enjoy life, and the trying new things aspect is actually the bit that was more important. But then you also might find that you are getting to go out and enjoy new things, but then you have this like feeling of whatever it is, it's never enough. And then you might find that there's deeper and deeper aspects of that underneath. So one could just be, you go out and try everything, but you're still on social media where everybody's having a better time than you. And what you really want in your head is to be having the best time. So you've just set yourself this impossible task where you're never going to be able to live up to the ideals that are on your phone. But then there's other ways that you can look at that too, is like, why does this experience even matter to you? Is it that you can go and tell your friends about it? Is it that, you think people will look at you differently when that happens? And so actually what's really important to you is how other people think of you. And again, now you've got it in this sort of three-layered, what is that? A cake? Three-layered cake, where you think you need money, so you're pushing yourself to make more and more money. But even below that, you think that's because you need to have the good experience, but that isn't even it either. It's because you need to have friends. And now you're going and you're taking yourself away on these vacations. You're not even making new friends. You're not talking to anybody. You're getting back. You're going straight back into work, still isolated. Like, you maybe have friends at work, but friendship is kind of different in a work environment, because everybody's got to be a little bit more careful about what they say. And everybody's got this like weird different hierarchy than how it would be outside, so that doesn't feel quite right either. And so then you find that you're still going through the process of burnout, even though the needs you think you need to be meeting are being met, but your actual core fundamental needs are not. And therein lies a huge part of the problem. So the first step when it comes to working on burnout is to kind of give yourself that kind of rundown of what do I want from life and why. And if you don't know what you want from life, then fine. But the more you can gather from this bit, this is one of the reasons why talking therapy can be really, really effective for burnout, is therapists can probe this information from you. They can latch on to specific things that you say and the way that you say them, to help figure out where there's like contradictions in the way that you're talking, or where something just doesn't match up, or where something there's like a big glaring hole that maybe you're not noticing. But an easy way to just do this is literally put it down on a page. So list all the things that you want from life. You can do that as yourself now, or you can try some of the other methods people recommend, like imagine you're on your deathbed, you're going to die tomorrow, whether you're this age or it's way in the future. And then write down all of your regrets. What are the things that you regret not having, not doing, the relationships that you regret not keeping, etc. And if you can come up with this list of things, and then for each topic on the list, give yourself the question why, and you're going to ask why 5 times to each one. So this is, again, pretty common task people get given in any kind of self-help environment. But if you say, like, I want to make a lot of money, why? Because I don't want to be poor, why? Usually what you'll find is the first 3 whys, if you just keep asking why to every answer that you give, the first 3 are going to be pretty easy to answer. And as long as you're not allowing yourself to recover all ground, so I don't want to be poor, why? Because it's better to be rich. That's kind of just rehashing the same conversation. You can still get there, but making sure that you come up with like a proper answer to, all right, well, why do I not want to be poor? And is that because my parents were, and I feel ashamed of how I grew up and everybody else judged me? Or is it just because actually I didn't experience this, and it's not even so much I don't want to be poor, I'm just scared of what that would even look like. I have no grasp of how I'm going to get by. I've just heard how difficult people find it, or something like that. So by the time you get to the 5th round of why, usually you start kind of picking out some of these more core fundamental beliefs that you have, and any of your kind of number 5 answers, write them on a separate page. And when you read through that, there's a very good chance that you will start to be able to unpick some of what is really important to you.